Of course, a very good morning to you and a happy Halloween. Our resident Halloween expert, Briana Chavez, she got us some decorations, as you might be able to tell.
You gotta show the
there we go.
faces.
Yeah, sorry, the faces weren't
There
out.
we go.
Happy Halloween.
Boo.
This is just the beginning. Briana actually has a lot of big surprises for you later on in the program.
I can't believe I almost forgot about these.
This has been sitting on my desk since
for a month now.
Probably October 1st.
Yeah,
I was ready to put this on.
Yes.
So thank you for remembering.
Very exciting and spooky day in store as far as weather's concerned.
That's right.
Well, not extremely spooky, and it's not going to really ruin your trick-or-treating plans, but definitely lots to keep in mind. I mean, out the door throughout the morning, we continuously see a bit of the potential for that patchy dense fog to make its return. Now, the good thing that we've saw yesterday and even continuing to hang on tight to that throughout today, really not seeing the widespread chance of that dense fog advisory to be issued. Nonetheless, so still lots to keep in mind. You definitely want to give yourself plenty, and I mean plenty of extra time for that early morning commute. Needless to say, those temperatures also managing to be a little bit warmer, a little cooler, depending on where you are. So you may need a little extra layer. And really to track out what it's looking like out the door, we see that patchy fog for some areas, or better yet, you really can't see because of the patchy fog. The upper 30s for portions of the Willamette Valley, working your way into the Umpqua valleys, the 40s as well. And through the remainder of the day, we continue to track out a little bit more of that up and down heading into your evening plans. We'll track out what your trick-or-treating festivities could look like coming up in just a bit.
LSB Live is sponsored by Alpha Towing and Recovery.
All right, thanks for that, Briana. And you know, if we can manage to keep things like this, it wouldn't be too bad. If it just weren't for those spooky ghosts out there. Yeah, our live shop buddy even managed to dress up his thumb this morning. There you go. Happy Halloween, buddy. So far this morning, thankfully, no major spooky conditions on the roads. You can tell the fog nowhere near as dense as what we've been dealing with recently, really patchy at best. But do bear in mind, there are a couple of slowdowns in some spots along the interstate. Thankfully, nothing that's really getting too out of hand. We're not seeing any massive accidents or delays to slow you down this morning. But we will be keeping track of how all of that develops, of course, throughout the rest of this morning, keeping tabs on how things are going out there, and we'll check back in with our live shop buddy here throughout the rest of the morning. Meanwhile, some breaking news just coming into the newsroom here this morning. This is a live look outside over Detroit, Michigan, where FBI Director Kash Patel saying that a potential terrorist attack in nearby Dearborn has now been averted. Patel posting on X earlier this morning saying in part, quote, "This morning the FBI thwarted a potential terrorist attack and arrested multiple subjects in Michigan who are allegedly plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend." More details to come. This is still very much a developing story. Additional information is sparse at best, but we are working to provide you further updates, more details on exactly what all of this entailed and what comes next. And we'll continue to have more updates throughout the rest of the morning.
New this morning, a federal judge says she's likely to order the Trump administration to partially fund SNAP benefits for next month. A group of attorney generals and governors have sued the Agricultural Department to make the agency tap into a contingency fund to pay for November benefits. It would only be enough for a partial payment for the country's 41 million recipients. The USDA says the money is meant for natural disasters or other emergencies, but the group argues withholding the money violates federal spending laws. Republican lawmakers say there should be pressure on Democrats to reopen the government. Democrats say there's no reason to hold the funding.
We do have the constitutional authority to use the discretionary funds because it's been done before. And that's what really surprises me, is the level of cruelty that is marking Republican leadership right now.
If you deviate from the goal of reopening the entire government, Chuck Schumer and the radicals over there will continue to play games with people's paychecks, their livelihoods.
According to the lawsuit, if SNAP benefits are delayed next month, that would be the first time since the program started decades ago. Regardless of how the judge rules, the benefits would likely be delayed because it takes a few days to get the federal funds to the cards used for SNAP.
And with the threat of SNAP benefits being cut, community members around the region offering help to those in need, ranging from restaurants to food banks, even shopping centers.
Kennedy Wright shows us how one local restaurant is rallying to help fill the gap.
And we're just trying to help out people the way we can because a lot of families don't have a way to feed their kids right now.
All of the Laughing Planet Cafe locations statewide are participating and giving free meals to those in need. Thomas tells me they had a meeting Wednesday night and put it into action Thursday morning. She says her babysitter and friends are SNAP beneficiaries, and she's proud to work for a company that wants to help out. The process is simple and straight to the point.
So we're offering adults a free bean and cheese burrito and kids a mini burrito with milk for anybody who has SNAPs who is losing their benefits during the government shutdown.
And this is her message to those unsure of how they can afford their next meal.
We're all in this together and we're all going to make it through.
That was Kennedy Wright reporting. As of right now, the U.S. Department of Agriculture says no benefits will be issued on November 1st. For more resources, visit our website. Our digital team has compiled a list of locations to visit for food pantries, restaurants, and produce.
Usually we hit 125 to 140 is usually our max, so we've definitely went up since then.
Meanwhile, the government shutdown causing massive lines at food pantries in our area already. This is Crossfire Ministries food pantry over in Springfield, where volunteers say they've seen nearly 200 people on some days requesting food assistance. One recipient saying that food pantries like this are going to be a necessity to make it through the month.
At the end of the month, we're out. So it's good to be here. They give us just about everything, a little this, little of that, you know. Food and meat and potatoes and vegetables.
Crossfire Ministries says they're only receiving 300 pounds of meat a week, and once they're out, people will have to find other food pantries.